All right, so I wanted to take a few minutes to go over a couple things with your Works Cited page and your parenthetical citations. As you begin writing your body paragraphs, this information will be useful. So on our Moodle page, I have a couple things. If you go to the Research Essay Materials folder, I have what's called Citation and WC, that stands for Works Cited, quick tips. And this is going to be helpful to give you information about what exactly you need for your parenthetical and then how exactly your Works Cited page should be formatted. It gives you like a bunch of different sort of tips when you're creating parentheticals and your Works Cited page. So that is there, and then if you go back, I also have the direct link to Purdue OWL for electronic sources, which all of your sources should be electronic unless any of you... No, none of you could have gotten a physical book because everything's closed, so never mind. So if you go to this link, that will bring you to the site that tells you the different types of electronic sources that you will be citing. So if you scroll down, for the most part, this is the couple that you'll be using. You kind of have to scroll a little bit. You're not citing an entire website because all of you have a page, an article from a website. You didn't get your information from the entire website. So you're not doing that one. If you scroll down right below it, you will be citing a page on a website. So this would be if you found an article on a website somewhere. Okay, so this tells you exactly how to do it, what exactly you have to include. An important note that I wanted to tell y'all, I want you to have your access date. So if you notice, it says you have the word accessed and then it's written in the format that you use to write on your MLA header on your paper. Please have an access date. All the access date is the date that you found the article. So it's okay if you kind of guess on that a little bit, but just have a general range of a date that you found your source on. Okay, if you scroll down right below, they have for citing an ebook. If any of you found an ebook online, again, it tells you exactly what you need there. And then if you scroll down a little bit further, this is what you'll be using for your article in an online scholarly journal. So please note, the citation for an online scholarly journal is different from the citing a page on a website because you do have like a volume number, title of the journal that it was published in, things like that. So make sure you refer to this when you are creating your citation for your journal. Okay, all of this is on that same page, on that same link though. You just have to scroll a little bit. So again, online scholarly journal, ebook, and then page on a website. I believe this is what most of your sources will be. If you have something different and you're not sure how to cite it, just contact me and I will help you with that. But this is the link that I have for y'all on Moodle. If you scroll down, it is right below your folder right there where it says Purdue OWL MLA Citations. So I wanted to take a minute to also look at this document I have about citation and Works Cited quick tips. So this just kind of has a few tips listed for you as you're creating your citations. A couple things that I wanted to point out, and I did say here, see Purdue OWL link, which I'm talking about the thing we just looked at. When you are doing a parenthetical citation, and I believe I went over this when we did the research notes overview, when you're creating parenthetical and there is no author, then you're just going to do 1 to 3 words of the title in quotes in parentheses. So just like they have here, 1 to 3 words of the title of the article in quotes, and then you put that in parentheses. And that's the parenthetical that will go after the information you provide in your body paragraphs. Of course, if there's an author, include the author in parentheses like you're used to, but that's what you do without an author, if there's not an author listed. Another important thing that a lot of people tend to forget, when you are writing your body paragraphs and say, you have your topic sentence and then you're going to have a couple sentences providing research to support your claim, evidence from your sources to support your claim. If you have, 2 sentences that are all from the same source, you don't need to include that parenthetical after every sentence. You just need to have it at the end of that information. So for instance, if you have 2 sentences that are from the same source called feminism, then you will put that feminism parenthetical citation after you are done providing that information. So right after you give the information and right before your commentary on that evidence on that information begins. Okay, so make sure you do that so that your whole paper isn't just filled with parenthetical citations. Okay, so again, put it after all of the information has ended that you're providing, if it's from the same source. If it's from different sources, then of course use the different parenthetical. A couple things I noticed with your last works cited page, please note that your, like the thing works cited, the thing that you have centered in the middle of your works cited page, the title, it does not need to be bold, it does not need to be underlined, and it should be centered, and this should be the same font, Times New Roman 12-point font, that you use in the rest of your paper. Again, we've talked about this. Make sure you put it in alphabetical order, though, and it needs to have a hanging indent. So make sure you provide that hanging indent. Another important thing, say that you have, found 6 sources and you think you're going to use all 6 of them, but then you realize after writing your paper that you really only use 4 of them. Please don't include those other 2 on your works cited entry then. You only need to include the sources that you use, so citations for the sources that you use. Make sure that you don't have sources on there that you didn't use in your paper, or that you're forgetting to put a citation on there that you did use in your paper. Okay, and remember you need at least 4, but you're welcome to have more than 4. And remember, as you're creating your citations and your parentheticals, you already really have most of this done on your research notes template that you did, so that has all that information kind of compiled into one place for you. Okay, please refer back to this, though, as you are working on your paper and your works cited page. All right, bye, y'all.